folks, welcome to Calvin's Got Game. Today I want to give you my top 10 hard cooperative games. Now, you may or may not know, I love cooperative games, and I like a cooperative game that gives me a challenge that is not just so easy to win, you win every time or you win most of the time. I like a cooperative game that is really going to test away me and my other people in the game, the other people playing, operate the game, how we work together, how we can make this happen. I love those. So I'm going to give you my top 10 that I really enjoy. I got some honorable mentions I'll give at the end. But for my top 10, I'm going to try to go from the least hardest for me in the group that I play with to the harder games. Which could change eventually down the road, but right now, this is where I am with those games. So, let's start with number 10 is Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's not a deck builder, but this game is by Sentinel Comics. It is Greater Than Games as well as one of the publishers. It is 2 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes to play. It says ages 13 and up. I don't see why somebody younger than that can't play it. You've got a deck of cards. You're fighting against this bad guy. These are generic superheroes, although you will find some similarities to some more well-known superheroes. I really enjoy this game. It is hard. Not only are you fighting the bad guy, but you're fighting against the environment. Sometimes the environment helps you, sometimes it hurts you. But I have actually won this game, once. And I've played it multiple times. I've only won it once, so that's why it's my number 10. I've actually won this game. So I do enjoy this game a lot. It's Sentinels of the Multiverse. My next one is by Yellow, and it's the Big Book of Madness. Don't let this cute cover and the cute theme of being some novice magicians, learning how to be magicians, who open a book. They're told not to go down and open the book, but they do it anyway, because why wouldn't they? They're mischievous kids, right? But they open this book. You've got to fight these monsters, and as you do, it gets harder and harder as you go because you can't always seem to find the spells you need or the elements that you need to get these guys out of here. This is by Yellow. It's called the Big Book of Madness. It's 2 to 5 players and plays in about 60 to 90 minutes. It says ages 14 plus. Once again, I think somebody a little bit younger than that can play. It's basically set collection, trying to use what you have in your hand to beat these monsters. It doesn't look like a hard game. It doesn't look difficult at all. It looks very cute. The box is very cute. But a very fun, difficult, cooperative game. Have yet to beat it, but come close. So that's why it's my number 9. My number 8 is Conquest of Planet Earth. Conquest of Planet Earth is by Flying Frog Productions. Conquest of Planet Earth is 1 to 4 players. This is one of the smaller cooperatives. For 12 and up, it's about 30 minutes, 90 minutes to play. Here, you are taking your little flying saucers, trying to destroy or gain terra points to conquer planet Earth. Really enjoy this game. I've beaten the game, I think, because I cheated. I missed a rule, and I won the game, so I don't count that as a win. So I've yet to beat this game, and I do enjoy it. Conquest of Planet Earth, the space alien game from Flying Frog Production, is my number 8. My number 7, we're starting to get into some harder ones. My number 7, ooh, that's a big one, is Zombicide, Black Plague. I know everybody's tired of zombies. I know everybody says, oh, zombies are overdone. But Zombicide Black Plague does a fabulous job. Zombicide Black Plague is by Cool Mini or Not. It's for 1 to 6 players. You can play this game alone. It's about 100 and about an hour. It's about 60 minutes, maybe 90 minutes. Okay, not bad. It's a great game. It's a fun 90 minutes. If it does go that long, you've got hordes and hordes of zombies coming after you the whole time. And this is fun from jump start to the end. I have beat this game with my game group, but it's so fun to play and so difficult. Sometimes you think you're never going to get what you need to destroy the abomination, and all of a sudden you get everything in place and you can actually win this game. It is a lot of fun. If you haven't played Zombicide Black Plague, you got to get it to the table. This is a hard cooperative game. That's why it made my number 7 on this list. My number 6 is a game I adore as well. It is Legends of Andor. Legends of Andor is a fabulous game. It's kind of a storytelling game, kind of put in there. It's for 2 to 4 players by Cosmos Games. 60 to 90 minutes to play. I'm going to tell you right now, the only in Zombicide Black Plague, you're trying to kill as much as you can. In this game, the more you kill, the faster the clock goes. And there's things that you have to do in this game before the clock runs out. So you're trying to say, okay, should I kill this monster before it reaches the castle, or should I let that sucker get to the castle and not worry about it? Fabulous, fabulous game. You've really got to think in this game. And I have beat the first 3 scenarios in this game. Number 4 kicked our butt. But we will be right back at it at some point. Love this game. This is a fabulous, fabulous game. And that is Legends of Andor by Cosmos. All right, my number 5. These top 5 right here are really difficult games. I enjoy them. I play them a lot. I have some friends that don't really care to play harder cooperative games. They like to win every now and then. And some of these games are very hard to do that in. And my number 5 is Ghost Stories. Guys, Ghost Stories is by Repost Games. 1 to 4 players, takes about 60 minutes to play. You are running around this town trying to keep these ghosts or bad guys from consuming the town. It is non-stop action from the get-go. You guys are trying to plan it out, work together. Each ninja monk or whatever these people are, you're trying to fight off Wu Fang, the Lord of 9 Hells. Guys, fabulous game. If you've never played Ghost Stories, you got to play it at least once. Go find it. Go play it. Find somebody that owns it, plays it with them. I think you'll really enjoy it. Repost, it's a great game. Very hard cooperative game, though. Ghost Stories is my number 5. Number 4. Number 4 is, if I can grab a hold of it, Eldridge Horror. Eldridge Horror is on the same line as Arkham Horror and some of those other games, but much more streamlined, much faster game. This is by Fantasy Flight. It's 1 to 8 players. Takes about, it says 2 to 4 hours. I'm going to say about 2 hours, depending on how many you're playing with. It's a story-driven game. Depending on what monster you're fighting, you have certain things that go on. Such a great thematic game. I have yet to win this game. I mainly play it with my wife and I. She actually really enjoys this game because of the thematic theme it ties together with each demon you're fighting or creature you're fighting. Guys, such a great game. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to beat it at some point, and then I'm going to beat each one of them at some point. It just got to get there. Hopefully, I can get this to my game group. I think they would enjoy it as well. Eldritch Horror, Fantasy Flight, yet another fine, hard cooperative game. My number 3 is sort of a cooperative game. I'm going to kind of put it on here anyway. Shadows over Camelot. You can play it totally cooperative, or you can play it with a hidden traitor. I like either way. Either way, it's difficult. Even if you're playing it cooperative, it is very difficult. Shadows over Camelot by Days of Wonder is for 3 to 7 players. Takes about 60 to 90 minutes. And I'm going to tell you what, in this game, very simple to play. You do one thing good, or one bad thing, and then one thing good. Well, if you're the bad guy, you may do one thing good or you may not. So, fabulous game. Shadows over Camelot. It's an older game, Days of Wonder. I just love it. I love hard cooperative games. Yet here is another one by Days of Wonder, Shadows over Camelot. That's my number 3. My number 2, I have yet to win, and I think it's almost impossible to win, but we'll see. It is Professor Evil and the Citadel of Time. This is by Funforge, and it is for 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes to play. What can I say about this game? You have a clock in the middle of the board. Professor Evil token is moving around that clock. When it reaches an artifact or an item stolen from some museum, which you're going into his house, trying to retrieve it to get it back to the museum. But if he gets to it before you do, he keeps it. If he gets so many of them, you lose the game. This game is hard. I've yet to win it. I played it with my game group. I played it with just 2 people. Dang near impossible. But we're going to get it, and it's going to happen. So I think this is a fabulous game. I like the theming of it. It's just hard. Very, very hard. My number 1. Have yet to win it. Come, that close. Didn't win. And I almost think it's impossible to win as well. Still on the first scenario, trying to get it together. I can't get it together. Robinson Crusoe, Adventures on the Cursed Island. This is a cursed island. I have yet to win. Difficult. You will starve to death. You will get rained on. Bad things will happen. A dog will come out of the jungle and bite you, or something bad will happen. So, guaranteed. This game will beat you up. It's by Portal Games. Portal Games here. You can see all the accolades that it has down here from all the other board gaming channels. They like it too. This is a 60 to 120 minute game. 1 to 4 players. Hard. Very, very hard. But you know what? I love that. It keeps me coming back to the game, because there will be that one time that I'll beat this game and I'll be so jubilant that I'll just be as happy as I could be. Now, will I play it again after I beat it the first time? You bet I will, because there's plenty more scenarios in here to try to beat. Guys, Robinson Crusoe, The Adventures of Cursed Island. Difficult game, and if you don't like difficult co-op games, you won't like any of these on the list. But if you like something that's going to challenge you and challenge your brain, you're going to love each one of these games that I showed you today. Now, before I get done, I do have some honorable mentions, and these are in no particular order, but I thought I'd mention them because they are difficult, and I have won these a little bit. Elder Sign. Elder Sign is along the lines of Eldridge Horror. A lot of dice rolling in this, so if you like a lot of dice rolling, it has the same feel, but it's a little shorter in time. It's a fantasy flight game for 1 to 6 players. Takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. Eldritch Horror was 2 to 4 hours. This is 1 to 2 hours. It's a little bit less, but very fun nonetheless, because it still tells a story and you have a good time playing it. Elder Sign, one of my honorable mentions. My next one, by Plaid Hat Games, is Raxon. Raxon, which you have a hard time seeing the letters, I'm sure it's kind of a black box, but in here you can see a double X and hopefully Raxon in there. This is a pharmaceutical company that's trying to help you weed out the zombies out of the community. You have a role with special abilities, but each time you do that, you have to draw a pharmacy card, a Raxon card, which they're helpful. But what a great little game. I have won this one once or twice. It's in the world of Dead of Winter, so you'll see some of the characters from Dead of Winter cards in this box. It is such a great game. Guys, if you hadn't heard of it, hadn't played it, it's a keeper. I enjoyed it a lot. It is difficult. You have to figure out how much of those Raxon cards you want to draw to perform certain actions, how long you want to go performing actions before you stop and rest and restart for the next day. Great game. That's Raxon, one of my honorable mentions. My next one is by Indie Board and Card Games. Indie Boards and Cards. Flashpoint Fire Rescue. Have won this multiple times, but it is amazing how fun this game is. It's always changing. Changing. Love this game. Guys, if you get a chance to play this game, do it. It's by Indie Board and Cards. 2 to 6 players, ages 10 plus, about 45 minutes to play. Great family weight game. You're trying to save cats, save people, put out fires. You're firemen. Who doesn't want to be a fireman? Great heroes those firemen are. And everybody, I know every young boy and young girl, whoever, young kids has always wanted to be a fireman. This is a great game. Flashpoint Fire Rescue, one of my honorable mentions. My last one, and I just recently got this one played a couple of times. It's called Darkness Comes Radley by Weird Games. 2 to 6 players, takes about 1 to 2 hours. Hard game. I have yet to win it. The premise is what drew me to the game once I discovered it. It's about an eclipse. They try to explain it. These tribal people try to explain it about a snake, darkness eating the sun, and you at some point, one of you that are adventuring through the game are going to have to go into the belly of the snake to try to get the sun back. Great theme, great game, difficult, and did I mention it is difficult, but a fun game. All right, guys, there's my hard cooperative games that I enjoy. Not all my game group enjoys them, but I do, and I really like them a lot. I would like to know from you guys, what are some of the harder cooperative games that you like? What do you think about the choices I made? I sure would like to hear from you. But as I always say, get a board game to the table, spend time with friends and family, and thanks for watching Calvin's Guide Game.